Our next Hall of Fame inductee is Steve Ratti, editor-in-chief of the Ratti Report. Come on. Steve was nominated by Shannon Morris, and she couldn't be here tonight, but she's obviously sending her love and support, as indicated by the full-page color ad in the Journal, which really indicates love and support. Okay. Let me tell you a little bit about Steve, at least what I know. What do you say about a guy that after an incredibly successful run as a new business development executive on the Madison Avenue advertising scene decides to leave it all behind and start blogging his way to success? Well, I'm pretty sure you say, congratulations. Truth be told, I never met Steve prior to our rather lengthy phone conversation, but all I can say is I'm impressed. In all transparency, I didn't know much about the Ratti Report either, but apparently I'm in the minority. One thing I did know immediately is I like this guy. That could change. You know, I'm just saying for right now. Alongside of the steadfast confidence he naturally emits is I'm very comfortable in my own skin kind of ease about him. So no wonder why he's had a long and successful track record of bringing in new business for each and every one of the New York City-based firms he worked for within the span of his 25-year career. Seeing stats and comments from his peers like, increasing revenues by 60%, winning 7 for 7 pitches, scheduling meetings beyond the agency's expectations, managed the most expansive new business Fortune 500 outreach program the agency has ever attempted. Make no mistake, Steve Ratti is a man on a mission. Which brings us back to our phone conversation, which I think lasted for probably at least 25 minutes before we ever started talking about anything relevant. True. Is that true? Yeah. I had a meeting, I blew it off, it was great. Seems we had a lot in common too. To start, there's a deep connection to Asbury Park, and it plays a recurring theme. And I think Steve's pretty active now in the Asbury Park Chamber of Commerce, which is a great thing because we've all seen Asbury Park just really grow and come alive over the last few years. But Steve grew up in Far Hills, New Jersey, and I grew up in a place called Cranford, New Jersey, both of which my wife Denise refers to as Mayberry, New Jersey. Right? In a time when as a kid you created your own reality on a seemingly endless miles of dirt roads, trees, and green grass. So it comes as no shock that when Steve was looking for his New York City exit strategy, that he came back to New Jersey, and he started blogging his way to success in 2010 in a small cafe in Asbury Park. That's right, I did say blogging his way to success. He started tweeting new account leads on Twitter, if I have this right, and it wasn't long before it got traction. And oh yeah, he got attention all right. And as Steve said, they came in droves. And after only 6 months, he found a way to monetize this love for not only finding new business, but writing about it. Enter the Ratti Report. Cha-ching. From a dyslexic 13-year-old who couldn't spell to a successful and seasoned new business, there's a lot more. And I edited this down. From a dyslexic 13-year-old who also couldn't spell to a successful and seasoned new business senior executive, entrepreneur, and all-around nice guy, who, by the way, ladies, is single, no kids, loves dogs, and has a cat who seemingly stumbled into Steve's life. It's clear that Steve Ratti is well qualified for this great award. And even though Steve said that he wasn't expecting the Ratti Report to be a thing, one thing's for sure. Steve, the New Jersey Advertising Hall of Fame, was expecting you. Steve was nominated by Shannon Morris, like I said, who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight. But let's take a look at the video that Shannon sent.
Steve Ratti began his career as a video-slinging monkey running the halls of J. Walter Thompson. It was the same time when Tears for Fears hit #1 with Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Steve has no idea to this day what those two Englishmen were singing about in that song. Truth is, he doesn't want to know. Some things are better left unsaid. He'd like to think they were singing about something so beautiful it can't be expressed in words, and it makes your heart ache because of it. Eventually, Steve found himself as department head of new business at agencies all over the city because he was known to locate certain things from time to time. After 1 million pitches and a few dozen account wins, Steve broke free of the agency world. One advertising executive was heard to say upon the news of Steve's departure, "I have to remind myself that some birds aren't meant to be caged. Their feathers are just too bright. And when they fly away, the part of you that knows it was a sin to lock them up does rejoice." Steve then came south to Asbury Park and began writing Ratti Report. He never wanted to do it, but as they say, and I quote, "Geology is the study of pressure and time." That's all it takes, really. Pressure and time. That and a big goddamn ego.
He's a real serious guy. Please help me welcome to the 2017 New Jersey Advertising Club Hall of Fame, Mr. Steve Ratti.
Played me on with Springsteen. Very nice. All right, I just want to thank some folks that helped me with that video. John Kaplow of New Jersey Media Works. Jeff was based out of Toms River. Mark Harder, right here, sound guy extraordinaire out of Ogilvy, helped me with all the sound with that. Thank you very much. I want to thank Alan so much, and Sandra, where are you? Oh my God.
You're a little preoccupied.
I had a highly caffeinated phone call with her, and it ended up being all right. It ended up being all right.
It was cool.
I want to thank my family and friends. I'm going to say you're my faves of family and friends, and I can probably say that because the rest are only going to see this on video. So that's clear. I wanted to say I'm not supposed to be here, and as my family knows, my brothers and my sisters and everyone, when I was born, I was considered a mistake. So I'm seriously not supposed to be here. I wasn't supposed to. I want to thank a few people that got me to this spot. The very first new business pitch I was in was in 1990. It's none of your business. And it was for the National Association for Female Executives. It was a $2 million account. And it was Annie running. She's sitting right there, of Condé Nast fame. And I wanted to thank you for that. I wanted to thank my friend who was supposed to be here, but he had to bail out in the last minute this morning. He was the guy who browbeated me into launching the Ratti Report a lot for years. And I finally decided to launch it. And then he browbeated me again to name it after myself. And I still feel weird about it, but here I stand. And I'm good with it. So that, and I wanted to thank Shannon Morris very much. It's especially nice that she did that. Shannon has been reading my report since day one. She's literally been reading my brain droppings for over 7 years, and she still nominated me. So it's a miracle. So I don't think anyone's told you what the Ratti report is. It's basically I report on new business leads nationwide, and that's what I do every day. 5 leads go up and send it out, and that's what I do. So I'm going to share some new business leads with you right now. From our World News headquarters in Asbury Park. Here we go. Here are the new business leads. Wait a minute, they're right here. These were actually posted this morning. All right, here we go. This is my election edition. This is what the new business leads are because of the new election. First one, cannabis clients. You gotta admit, I mean, say what you want. This is happening. There are real clients in the state of Washington and Colorado making good money, and we're next, along with Virginia. And you know what? I'm not a pothead much. I'm more of a cocktail guy. Where's my cocktail? Split it. Bring it up. Bring it up. All right, here we go. Thank you. So. This is filled with cocktails down here. I'm not kidding. This is already full.
Guys gotta do what guys gotta do.
Yeah, guys. So, like I said, I'm not much of a pothead, but I do buy weed for friends of mine and family members. Some are in this room. You can be one of the things. Yes. I like to divulge my source. It was marijuanamoment.net. So that's where that lead came from. Another lead from the New Jersey Brewers Association. Pretty much everyone who's pro-brewers got elected again. So there are beer accounts. This is how you feed the animals in your creative department. You just give them a beer pitch and you just do that and it'll make them happy. So that's the second one. And then the third one, obviously, from this election, is 2018 is going to start about a few hundred account reviews. There are 12 House of Representative races ready to go, and including, wait a minute, right there, hold on. Including an open seat in the 2nd district, so you know they're going to throw a lot of money at that. And then also Senator Bob Menendez. He's running. Sticky situation for the Democrats. They're going to throw a ton of cash at this, and you might as well get in on it because they're going to throw the kitchen sink on it. So those are new business leads from the Ratti report. Let's see, what else have I got? The last thing I want to talk about is a little bit of a cautionary tale. I didn't mean to start the Ratti report, as the video says. I didn't mean to do it, and it just kind of happened. I gave it away for free, and I got some important phone calls from important people telling me to stop it. Stop giving away the leads for free. So then I started charging. But here's what happened. All of a sudden, I wasn't at an agency anymore. All of a sudden, I was a blogger. I had no staff. I had no boss. I had no office. I had no set hours. You'd think, Steve's got it made. Steve's got it made. He doesn't have anything. He can do whatever. 2 years ago tomorrow, that hit a wall. And it got a little rough. It got a little rough because of my love of laziness. I have friends at 2:30 in the afternoon going to the beach with Coronas saying, Steve, come with us. And I would. And I did. And I got in a little bit of a hole. And 2 years ago, I listened to my sister-in-law's mother, who's 90 now. I don't take a lot of business advice from 90-year-old, 5-foot-tall, Italian women, but I did this time. And she said, 5 years, Steve. If it's not running on all cylinders in 5 years, you're done. And then 2 years ago, I thought, well, I have to do that now. And I pulled it together. And this award is the exclamation point of finally going through that 2-year journey. And thank you so much, all, and to the New Jersey Ad Club. And thank you.
Give it up for Steve Ratti. Come on.